Well, guys, first of all, I want to welcome you to our show, and I'm so proud you're here, and I can't wait to talk to you. So I'll start with you, Maddox. What do you like about being a cowboy?
Well, that you get to ride horses and that you get to own a lot of animals and you get to take care of a big ranch.
What's the name of your horse?
Lippy.
And do you take good care of it?
Yes, sir.
Do you feed it before you eat? You know,
Sometimes.
cowboys always feed their horse before they eat. Is that what you do?
Sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes?
Sometimes I eat before my horse, and
Oh.
sometimes my horse eats before me.
Well, okay. What do you like about the cowboy way of life? Why do you want to be a cowboy? Who are your heroes?
Well, a lot of my heroes were cowboys. And one of my great-grandfathers settled on my great-grandma's land to be a cowboy.
So you've got a history of being a cowboy.
Yes, sir.
Clayton, what do you like about the cowboy way of life?
I like how a cowboy will ride out, do his work, do it the right way, get the job done, and put other people before him.
Do you learn good manners watching cowboys?
Yes, sir.
And like what?
Oh, integrity and honesty and loyalty and fruits of the Spirit.
And you have a deep-rooted belief in God.
Yes, sir.
You love your family.
Yes, sir.
You love your friends.
Yes, sir.
And you have a good work ethic.
Yes, sir.
And you ride for the brand, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Grease, why do you want to be a cowboy?
Everything that the Cowboys do and integrity and honesty.
Okay. You mean all the things, you want to learn to do all the things that cowboys do?
Yes, sir.
I mean, like doctoring cattle and breaking horses,
Yes, sir.
those kind of things?
Yes, sir.
And do you ride quite a bit?
Yes, sir.
And what's your horse's name?
Root beer.
Is that because he's the color of root beer?
Yes, sir.
Jasper?
Yes, sir.
I watched you cowboy a lot, and I watched you rope a lot. And what do you like about the cowboy way of life?
I like being able to help people that need help and put God first and ride one of His greatest creations.
And you love to rope, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Have you been roping for quite some time?
Yes, sir.
How long do you think?
7 years, maybe?
7 years? And you've won a few buckles?
Yes, sir.
Won a few saddles?
Yes, sir.
And what's the name of your horse?
Patsy Cline.
And where'd you get the root beer?
I forgot.
How long have you had him?
I guess a year.
Mm-hmm. Well, you sure do get a job with him. You can handle him really well. And I watched you working some cattle today, or at least one bull, and you were staying ahead of him. So you know what you're doing, and he looks like he's a pretty good cow horse.
I was thinking he used to like rope and.
You think he used to be a rope horse?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
So you practice with the rope. I saw you swinging one.
Yes, sir.
Guys, it's not an easy thing to grow up and adhere to all of the rules and regulations that the cowboy way of life has. Do you know what it means to never ride in front of another man?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You want to tell us why that is? Do you know?
Respect.
Say you're in a roundup and you're bringing the cattle out of a pasture into the pens, and you've been assigned a certain place. We call it dropping off. So when the wagon boss takes you out along a single file, he drops men off. And when he drops you off, that's your spot, isn't it?
Yes,
And
sir.
if you ride in front of another man, you're doing two things. You're telling him you can do his job better than he can, and you're leaving a big old hole where you ought to be.
Yes, sir.
So there are certain things in the cowboy way of life that we like to adhere to that mean a lot to us in life and in general. And that's one of them, and that teaches us to be respectful of other people.
Yes.
I noticed a while ago when you were introduced to my darling wife, Gail, you stuck out your hand and you took your hat off with the other hand. And your daddy taught you that, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
And you know what that means?
No, sir.
It's showing respect for a lady. And that's what a cowboy does, is show respect for the ladies. There are a lot of other things. If you're in an elevator, for example, you take your hat off, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Especially if there's a lady in the elevator. Do you take your hat off when you go in the house?
Yes, sir.
And that's show respect to your mother, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So those things are very important, not only to the cowboy way of life, but to life in general, is to have good manners. And all of you boys, every time I say something to you, you say yes, sir, or no, sir. And you say thanks and please. And those are very important parts of life. And I'm so pleased that you've all been taught that, and you do it on your own. We talk about the excitement of a cowboy way of life. You know, I like to ride those big pastures too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And watch the prairie come alive early in the morning,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
and work cattle and watch them, and be able to ride your horse and depend on your horse to get the job done that you need to do.
Yes, sir.
All those things are exciting.
Yes.
But the real thing about life is what happens when you're away from that horse and away from that ranch. And the other parts of your life that will mean the world to you are things you learn, and you learn to respect and to love is about how you treat other people. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We'll talk more about what it means to be a cowboy. For quite some time, you've heard me talk about Railhead Realty, and we've shown you some exciting ranches for sale in North Texas. Well, let me introduce you to Jim Martin and his business partner, Ron Hughes. Their professional staff is eager to show you beautiful homes, hundreds of exclusively listed home sites, and unbelievable commercial and retail opportunities in Parker County, Texas. Fort Worth is rapidly moving our way, and we're ready. We have access to sporting activities like golf and water sports. We're close to professional sport facilities, and Parker County is the cutting horse capital of the world. Our schools are some of the most highly accredited in the state. Make Parker County your home and your business location. Give Jim and Ron a call or look them up on their website, railheadrealty.com. Their phone number is 817-441-2255. Parker County is one of the greatest places in the state of Texas to worship, work, and play. Come live with us. We're ready to welcome you to our community.